when you're losing Talon Chandler, and we talked about this yesterday, but I'll reiterate, when you lose a commit that's been fucking beating the drum for CU since the day he committed, and like he's saying to me, like, I don't know if I can develop as a professional there. Well, that's bad. That's a red flag, big time. And you can either get aggravated at me because I didn't keep him on the roster, like he's in my program. It as a coach, I need to be honest with my clients. So when Talon says to me, "What do you think?" and I go, "Well, what's your dream school?" Missouri. And they're ranked and they're really doing well. And it seems like they're on the right path ascending wise, and they're in the SEC. You know how fucking selfish and stupid it would be of me to say you shouldn't go there because I want you to play at my alma mater? Like, you actually think that I'm that guy? You fucking idiot. Like, you think that I'm that dude? Nah, man. I tell my guys to do what's best for them, not what's best for me. I hate that. I love Colorado, but I don't love it enough to be blind.
Hey, coach would come in my office all the time. Hey, coach, we really let me tell you something. I don't tell my kids where to go. So don't even come in here trying to act like you're going to drop me some money or any of that other shit. I don't give a fuck about all that. I'm telling my kid to go to the best fit. Take his visits, do an analysis, do a process of elimination, and figure out, are you the guy or going to be the other guy? Because at this level, after you play 2 years of JUCO, you don't have time to sit around. You have to play. And film is more important than the school size. Just so we're clear, we've seen a lot of D2 guys go to the NFL, like Larry fucking Allen and Eric Williams and a bunch of other guys I can name. By the way, get the film. The eye in the sky don't lie. I don't care if you go to Georgia.
Well, it doesn't. I say this constantly to everyone. It doesn't matter where you play. It matters how you play. If you can fucking play, they're finding you. Ryan Jensen played at CSU Pueblo. Austin Eckler played at Western. Like, if you can play, they're fucking finding you, period. So, especially now in the transfer portal era, it's more important to actually find opportunity and maximize it rather than sitting around like, well, I can only go to this school because it's going to look cooler on social media. Like, well, now you can go somewhere and ball the fuck out and go in the transfer portal and play your cards that way and see if some bigger school will take you. Because they're going to take some kid that's proven it at the 1AA or D2 level for a year and played well over a high school kid. Like, the high school kids are getting jobbed out of opportunities, yes, but let's be real. Are you really getting jobbed, or now is it equal opportunity and now you are being evaluated the same way NFL players are? A second or first year NFL player is going to be evaluated the same way a 10-year NFL player is when they want to figure out who they want to sign. We're not going to be like, well, he's 9 years younger, so we evaluate him differently. No, it'll play into it. He's younger, but who's better? So now as a high school kid, like the group I had in here this morning and the parents that are like the panic and the anxiety of like, oh my God, it's getting toward nut clipping time. What are we going to do? Well, my response to that is, what have you been doing? Like, this isn't like I've got 2B seniors or seniors that come in here and they're like done with their senior year and they're like, can I sign up? I really want to be part of the program. And I'm like, man, no, absolutely not. Why would I let you into the gym? You've been sitting on your ass for, I work really hard. Red flag. The parents, he's the hardest worker on the team. Red flag. Like, it's just, everything that you think as a player or as a parent or as a high school coach, the things that they think are important are like, it's not that way. Attendance doesn't mean shit. You're supposed to come. Like, the basic truth is this: in a grunt game, a grunt mentality is going to win. You cannot buy this. Like, we could charge $10 million a minute at 6-0. It don't mean shit. Like, it doesn't matter, because if you can't do the work, we're all fucked, and I'm just going to look stupid, and the kid's going to be in a position where he's going to get crippled by a real motherfucker that needs football, doesn't just like it.
As we're talking, Matt Canada was fired this morning. Tomlin making unprecedented moves. Usually he's a loyal guy that doesn't do those things, but he knows that he was taking too much heat publicly, I would assume. probably in his own locker room. I don't know if you saw Najee Harris come out and talk, which was probably directed at Matt Canada. It's unfortunate when guys get fired, but that's the nature of the business. Segue to that. I want to give you a rundown real quick of what's happening today. All right. Morehead State, Rob Tenure, been there a decade, gone, fired this morning. I want to go through these. Northern Arizona, fired this morning. Roanoke College, D3 school. There's a ton of movement right now that's going on. Alcorn State's making 2 coordinator jobs. Texas Southern fired head coach. Northern Arizona, not a bad spot for an FCS, fired this morning. This is about to be Black Friday, as we know. Friday coming up after Thanksgiving, there's going to be a lot of movement. Some people are thinking it's the most movement college-wise that we've seen in the last 5 or 6 years. And this is because of, you compile the portal that these administrators think they can go get all these same kids that another big school can get, which blows my mind. Rather than sit with a coach for 3 years, you'll fire him in 2 and expect to get a better guy that's out there, which really don't exist. You're just going to recycle another guy who just lost at another school, and you're going to bring him to your school and then start all over again and fire him in 2 more years. This is happening at an all-time rate. It's going to be disastrous. And when the coach gets fired, just FYI, it allows for more portal kids to enter the portal and just continue to just recycle the business. I'm telling you right now, dog, eventually somebody has to stand for something or fucking fall for everything, because these kids ain't going to just continue to sit around. As soon as the coach gets fired, Matt, they're gone. They're going to be at 6-0 today like, coach, our coach got fired in Northern Arizona, and now can you find me a new school? And then people talk shit about Matt. Well, look, I'm just trying to help the kid. I mean, fuck, he just left. The coach got fired and blah, blah, blah. That's happening everywhere, though. Just compile that by 20. And that's why the portal is what it is. But no one wants to talk about it.
And then on top of that is tampering. So coach is calling me, asking me about kids on other rosters and asking me to tell them to go to their school. I mean, what the fuck is going on?
Matt, how about this?
It's ridiculous.
The coaches at whoever the fuck, Northern Colorado, who just played Northern Arizona, let's just be honest. I'm not saying this happened. I'm saying it's a scenario. We're in line. That coach knows that you're getting fired at Northern Arizona tomorrow. And guess what? Hey, Matt, go holler at that fucking safety right there.
Yeah, tell him
we can get him tomorrow. Hey, Smitty, go get that 3 technique, because they got a decent 3 technique over there. We could get this motherfucker. Dog, this isn't how college football should be handled. Like, this is a joke. It's free agency without a return, and it is literally a mercenary business. So we can't take the side of kids anymore. You can't do it, because they're jumping ship for the bag or just for greener pastures. It's got to have some integrity, and we've lost it all.
Well, I don't know how they regulated it. I don't know how the NCAA is going to get involved. I don't want them involved. I don't necessarily want a ton of regulation. I want it to be treated like a fucking business. Agents, money managers, like real structure to help the kids. The teams are making all this money, actually paying the players correctly, not just putting it on the fan base to go donate NIL money. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. The fans have to be accountable for this bullshit. So my business is a product of this, yes, but I'm also fed up with it. Like, trying to convince a parent and a kid to invest in themselves, but they still want my help. Like, hey, I want your help. And I'm like, okay, this is what it costs. And they're like, oh, we're not going to pay for anything. And I'm like, well, then get fucked and go have somebody else help you. Like, what is this? Like, this is a back scratching session? Like, that's the other part about this entire business that's amazing to me. All this money that's out there, and everyone's so fucking cheap that they can't even help themselves. Like, if you won't put your money where your mouth is, why should anybody take you seriously? Like, how fucking dare you just assume that people are just gonna bend over backwards to help you because you're you? Like, either ante up, kick in, or kick rocks.